fancy shoes? Walmart used to is now new. Oh, Kansas. You just don't stop giving to it. The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown. Amazing campground. 3 NASCAR races in 1 weekend and it's the playoffs. Now you just show me. Get your tickets now at KansasSpeedway.com.
The only way I could describe it as chaotic. Wild, insane,
We're getting ready to rock here at Bristol.
unbelievable, insane, crazy.
Bristol, baby, this is what it's all about.
I think aggressive.
Lots of very fast speed.
Sparks are going to be flying. There's just nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Coliseum is so
I'll get to the stream in a moment, people.
When you win there, you win a sword. You kind of hold your breath and drive the car so hard. Deep breath, deep breath. The energy is just, it's electric. Just even racing a lap around there is insane.
That's hard. It doesn't feel right to be going that fast on a track that small.
I think it's the coolest race that we have in here.
It's awesome. I love it.
It is a beautiful night as the Xfinity Series takes on the world's fastest half mile. A playoff race Jesse Love had circled as one he was looking forward to. And that's not surprising considering he's finished 6th and 4th in his 2 Xfinity starts here. When asked what it was about this track that suits him, he told me he really enjoys the track with lots of banking, moving around, running the wall, the middle, the bottom. He said he likes to search around for grip, and he can do that here. His comfort level at Bristol is higher than most, he said. And there are a few things the team needed to work on to get the car better from practice, but they told me they should run top 5 all night long, Dylan.
But Kim, the playoffs have brought on a more intense approach from Brandon Jones and the 20 team. Crew Chief Sam McCauley praised his driver for the respect he's shown others this year, but acknowledged they haven't always gotten the same on the racetrack in return. And it's time to change that narrative. He called on Brandon to collect their debts from the early part of the season. That's not a go-ahead to crash people. Rather, just be more selfish for their team on the racetrack and take more than they give. They're going to have to employ that mentality from the drop of the green after a 22nd place qualifying effort today, Carla.
Thanks, Dylan. And Richie Carson Waffle has 2 runner-up finishes on concrete tracks, including here at Bristol earlier this year. When you talk to Waffle, you can't help but hear the pressure he's put on himself to get his first win, as he's the only junior motorsports driver who doesn't have a win yet on his record. He said, I don't want to just transfer in. I want to win to boost team morale and to justify why I'm here. Of course, a win tonight would do that for him. It's time now for the command.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome co-host of WJHL Daytime Tri-Cities, Chris McIntosh. It is Food City Racing time in Tennessee. Drivers, start your engine!
300 laps and quite a bit on the line for the Xfinity Series at Bristol. It's time to go racing under the lights. We got the green flag on the way with Adam Alexander and Parker Silverman on the other side.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for the treatment of schizophrenia. Cobenfy is not an antipsychotic, it's a different kind of treatment. Cobenfy showed overall improvement across a range of schizophrenia symptoms. And in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy, have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, and throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
You deserve a news network that roots for America. News Nation is bringing more Americans together with facts, balance,
Little GT Bach.
all
The team. I'm talking to them.
Is News Nation.
Ever feel like your family's a little chaotic? Don't worry, you're not alone.
Oh my goodness. Oh yes.
Arguing, living,
It's about family. Our family.
dysfunctioning. Our families seem to share at least one thing.
What are you guys laughing at?
Laughing. So laugh through the chaos with Modern Family, weeknights at 5 on My 58.
Hi, I'm Laurel with Laurel Buys Houses. For over 25 years, my team and I have been buying houses in the Sacramento area.
Laurel is fantastic.
You really helped me out. The process was smooth and easy, fast, easy, painless, amazing.
The offer was really, really good that we just couldn't say no.
Everybody I talked to, I say, if you're gonna be getting rid of your house, call Laurel. If you're even thinking about selling your house, give us a call.
Today.
Alright. Get to the stream before I get anything else. What's going on, everybody? Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to another live stream tonight. It's the NASCAR Xfinity series at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Food City 300. Stages 1 and 2 are both 85 laps, and the last stage is 130 laps. That makes it 300 laps. Should be a good race tonight. Hope we can see some passing, tire wear, and not too much chaos, although that probably won't age well, but it is what it is. Justin Allgaier's on the pole. Sam Mayer starts second. Connor Zilish will start fourth. This is the playoff opener, by the way, for the Xfinity Series, by the way. Let's see how it goes.
Here we are once again, everybody, in the broadcast booth with Parker Player. Everybody was on track last night in the Craftsman Truck Series race. I'm Adam Alexander. We're glad you're here, and we're happy it's the postseason. And tonight it's kind of the balance, the pressure of the playoffs versus the physicality of Bristol. And it does get a little physical. It's also physical for those drivers around this tight half-mile racetrack, the world's fastest half-mile to say. The last great Coliseum, and you add in playoff pressure for so many of these drivers. They'll be counting points, and look how tight it is to go to this first round of the playoffs. Every position is going to matter to each one of these drivers trying to fight for a championship. I'm not sure how much pressure there is on Connor Zilish. Number 1 seed, 59 points above the cut line tonight, trying to set a record, going for his 5th consecutive victory. And it's record after record for this driver. There's nothing he cannot do, but I think there's an ounce of pressure to keep it going, because now it means running for a championship. It's all to play for. He wants to keep this going as far as he can, and I think tonight that leaves a little pressure on his head. Yes, he's been great, but can he keep it up? He's off to a slow start. He qualified 4th, which is unbelievable for him, because prior to qualifying today, he had started in the front row every time he had raced here in Bristol. So we look at the starting grid on the pole. The reigning champ, Justin Allgaier, right in 7 playoff competitors qualified in the top 10, and as you mentioned, our reigning champ, Justin Allgaier, is also the only driver in the field to win an Xfinity Series race here, and he started anyone. Also, we've got 3 playoff drivers on this stage: Waffle, Smith, and Sanchez. But how about Stephen Parsons? Found out he was driving this car yesterday, and now he has the 3rd best qualifying effort in the history of Joey Case Motorsports. To see their rotate next Sanchez playoff driver, the only playoff driver starting behind him, they share row 11. Austin Hill, who enters 5 over the cut line, and he's next to Brandon Jones. I have high expectations for Jones. He's won in 3 of the 7 playoff tracks. And then you go those drivers that qualified outside the top 30. Biggest surprise for me is going to be the man Daniel Nye. And unfortunately for Daniel Nye, not a great qualifying run today, but what I can tell you about him, he was 13th here in the springtime, coming off the top 10 run last week. And now we talk to Harrison Burton in the playoffs, qualified 7th.
Let's check in with him. Hey, Harrison, it's Parker Clear from the CW booth. You got me? We'll try one more time. Hey, Harrison, it's Parker Clifford in the CW booth. You got me? I don't think he hears us right now. Batteries, he might he possibly is ignoring me, or they switch channels. So let's call an audible. All right, we'll that's fire. Well, even the team's trying to find us. Yeah, hold on. You guys are breaking up now. All right, Parker. I'm glad that we decided not to talk to Harrison Burton, but you know who I'd like to weigh in now? Dylan Welch, because he's always got something to say. Good evening, Dylan. Well, hey, Adam, we'll double check the 25 is all set on the radio issues, but let's talk about Brendan Queen in the 11 tonight. Just a couple of years ago, he was working as a longshoreman at a port in his home in Virginia, putting in 12-hour days while also chasing a late model championship at Langley Speedway. Was ready to quit racing, but a friend believed in him, invested in his future, and he's won at every step along the way. Every rung on the ladder that he's progressed up to, he's won. He's on his way to an ARCA championship later this year. Colleagues put him in the 11th car tonight. The goals are
Oh yeah, tonight Brendan Butterbean Queen is making his Xfinity Series debut for Colleague Racing in the number 11.
Bristol since 2017, and he didn't miss a beat though, qualifying in the 3rd position, his best starting position this season, despite having to reacclimate to the high banks of the last Great Coliseum. Track position.
Favorite song? Let's see. Let me go back.
Championship, and that's a little different approach they had for most of the summer stretch. Crew Chief Seth Chavez said they'd have to be a little bit more strategic with their vision.
Kim, you're
All right.
talking prior to the command about Jesse Love, second-year driver Paul Knight, that he's going for a championship. Here's their team radio before we go green.
I think my favorite were God Save the Queen and Oh Canada.
Three words very important to remember tonight. Execute, no mistakes. You can't win the championship tonight.
Hello, Scorpion Blazing 9. Welcome to the stream.
Area coverage for tonight's race presented by the Lucas Oil Helicopter.
All right, here we go.
Takes the outside lane. I would say that will be a theme throughout the night.
Allgaier takes the outside lane. That will be the choice on starts and restarts. Here we go. Green flag. We're racing at Bristol. Yeah, I noticed the soft bongs at the end. Man, Mayer was looking to the inside. Up here comes the 88. Yeah. Oh, you want me to call you Scorpion? All right, then.
Championship. And look at that battle for fifth. 18 Williams Sawala. She's got company from Ryan Sting. A couple of non-playoff drivers making noise early at Bristol.
And when you're trying to run the outside right here, it's going to work on the exits you see from Williams. And let's miss early in the run. There's just not the grip up there compared to the bottom. The bottom's got all that grip because it's been cleaned off essentially. And therefore you get one run on that bottom until you get the sets at the top is going to work for you. Right now for Williams, it's not. It's just too early. That will happen. And when it does, Sunday will be the light switch, and everyone will change from wanting to run higher. But right now, it's just not working so much.
Rookie teammates for position. Give it to the 54, Taylor Gray, who's up to 6th in the running order. And then tied at the cut line, you talk about the importance of stage points. He needs to gather some up here tonight. Nick Sanchez not great in qualifying. 48 making a splash in the outside lane. And inside him, 44 is Brennan Cole. And the 17 is Corey Day. We want him to sprint here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
This is the race, 17th, 18th, and 19th on track.
Corey's continued to improve in that car. Continues improving in stock cars. Ran the truck race here last night. So got more experience on this racetrack. And I think he's done a great job. He hasn't qualified every day, probably wanted.
improvement. The jet road. Trying to push through 21 off the hill. That goes playoff drivers right behind him. Brandon Jones there as well. Look at Steve making a move. Looking over Eric Almirola, the 19.
I just love how you can see these cars moving around so much. That's what's so cool about the Xfinity Series car on this tight half mile. That's super fast. You're giving up
Ryan Sieg up to fourth. You can hit up a lot of ground.
over 100 miles an hour. So you're absolutely flying around here. These low down
Caution.
That's big because we have the wheel and onboard camera view. The first yellow of the night is going to be for the 28 of Kyle Sieg.
Yeah, this curve down the front stretch. So when we get a replay of it.
Well, it's a different vibe, that's for sure, since I was very used to seeing Amazon containers on BNSF intermodals. But I like the new addition. I don't mind it.
28 car, 28th in the running order.
Oh, that's what happened.
Sideways there.
That's a little after the fact. It was 30 out of 4 and down the front stretch. Here's another look at it. Leo Honeyman on the top side. Kyle C gets into the right rear. That connects with Ryan Ellis and a bunch of cars sideways. Somehow they all got away with it.
Nice save by the 71 of Ellis there. Early caution, Allgaier leading at Bristol.
The new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle shirt. We can now safely go wherever the wind takes us. That's right. It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know? Oh, didn't think this through, did you? Nope. We'll go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited. Okay. It's not okay.
Pick up. So pick up the phone.
Open up, man.
Connection saves lives. Reach out and check in on a loved one today.
Mopping is hard work. Why try the Swiffer Power Mop? It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, 360-degree swivel head, things up along baseboards, and even behind a toilet. Bye-bye, bucket, with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Did you finish?
My skincare advice? Use All Free Clear detergent, the #1 brand recommended by dermatologists.
Yeah,
It's free from fragrance.
I'll give it a watch later on when I'm ready.
For your skin instead, still want to wash with All Free Clear.
I'm Chad. I work for a professional football team, and I earned my degree online at the SNAT. It fit with my schedule. Mondays, Tuesdays, those are packing days. I can get all my assignments done. Wednesday, we're on the practice field. Thursday, initial discussion post is due. We're going to leave on Friday. We're playing an East Coast trip. I'm going to take advantage of the time spent on the bus and even in the hotel room. Finish any of my other coursework that I needed to do prior to kickoff on Sunday. SNHU and the support system, they make it possible. Go to snhu.edu.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sometimes things fall right into place, but other times they just fall.
No.
What was that?
But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Awesome. And SafeLight can come to you for free.
All right,
Anywhere.
I'll check for the playlist.
To get back on the road.
I'll look under the right ones
Get it fixed now
and I'll
and
see
pay
it.
later at SafeLight.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
You better get ready, because it's time for the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. There's one thing for sure. Even nights, there's no going back. No going back to that place where no one knew your name.
Yeah, I'll think about it. And then when everything comes to, I'll probably make a video about it.
NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Home on the CW.
are on. We on the official warning lights of NASCAR, America's most trusted manufacturer of emergency lights and sirens. Early yellow here at Thunder Valley. Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, I heard about it.
As we anticipate the restart, looking at the choose, Allgaier once again takes that outside lane.
Can't wait to see what this sequel brings up. Hopefully, we can get a Rosalina cam appearance in that one, especially since she made an appearance in Super Mario Galaxy, the first one. Okay. Thanks for the heads up on. All right, pace car heads to pit road. Back to green. Here we go.
Harrison Burton, great qualifying effort. We talked about it. Hey, he's working that inside lane. Nice perspective here, riding with Jesse Love, who's fallen back from a starting position of 9th tonight back to 13th.
Stick on the outside right now this early, especially if you're not happy with your car. This just feels like you're bleeding time. You're trying to hear your spotter say clear the inside so you can get down. That's exactly what he does right here. Behind Stephen Parsons, got that great ball behind the 35. And now he's running sort of a sexy race car, just sort of trying to take care of the tires and see where it goes on the long run.
Stephen Parsons not afraid. Going toe-to-toe with playoff drivers. He gets Jesse Love, now inside to Sandy Smith. His dad, Bill, won the first ever Xfinity race here in Bristol in 1982. His brother-in-law Sheldon up there in front of him, the double zero, trying to run down a championship.
That's so cool to see for Stephen. Limited starts to get to be up front, have this experience, such a great run for this race team. We ran the truck race last night, had the tires go down the third stage. It was really cool to see him get this opportunity. Of course, so many jobs in sport, been a spotter.
Stephen Parsons, 13th.
But obviously, has skill behind the wheel.
Ryan Ellis is the only car multiple laps, at least 2 down.
That opens the door. Here comes the two of Jesse Love and the four of Parker Retzloff waiting in the wings.
Didn't quite clear Jesse
Brendan
Love.
Queen is 26th.
To the center of the corner, then there's a bit of momentum on the exit to the top side, which is a bit of an indication. You'll see some of these drivers that are on the bottom being sexy. How does that outside line compare to what I'm doing on the bottom? As we go on board here, look at some of the telemetry of Jesse Love. Let's take a little round loop. Spin the tires a little bit on the exit of 4 there. He was trying to stay below Stephen Parsons. Then was able to clear him eventually in the next corner. But it's that rhythm that you get to into the around this racetrack that's so key. The hard part is when you get knocked out of rhythm and you catch traffic. It teaches you what feels like a turning, but it's 2 or 3 laps. Because it's just what about a minute that usually takes you to get back in that rhythm. It's so quick off.
Playoff stages are in Sawallish in the 18 not a playoff driver. Who's got playoff drivers all around us. Harrison Burton, 25. One is Carson Paul. We talked about the double zero of Sheldon Creed. 8, 9, and 10 on the board. And all of them trying to hang in that position, maybe gain a few more spots with 55 to go stage 1. They want those stage points to help themselves in these playoff standings.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a good day today.
Not so much yet. They really got to push that groove higher and higher to where you're almost at the wall in the middle. That's when the groove has really come in for 1 and 2. But you see the momentum that outside has. That's just going to get stronger and stronger if you want to run longer in this run.
Really good racing all around the track, but Very comfortable out front for race leader Justin Allgaier. What's the story there, Kim?
Yeah, he's able to maintain that lead after the restart, but hasn't had to for his teammate Colin Village. After the restart, take a listen. But there you have it. Should be fun to watch these two not only battle it out here tonight, but throughout the course of the playoffs.
Good advice.
I'm going to tell you what, if I was a veteran like Allgaier and a young hot shoe came in like Zillage has, I'd think it would bother me. And I'm saying bother Allgaier.
He's a real team player. You talk about, as we look back at this restart, the outside prevailed. When he talks about this organization and the success they had, he doesn't just talk about the 7 car. He talks about all the cars with Junior Motorsports and how important it is for him to see.
When you took your permit test, you get a pass. Well, in case you didn't make it through, just know there's all second times the charm. You'll get there. I got a lot of faith in you that you'll get your driver's permit.
Most laps led all time at Bristol. No surprise, the man that leads is Kyle Busch. But up to number 2 on that list in front of Kevin Harvick, Justin Allgaier, who has led the first 37 now. That's a pretty good number. I'd say that's an elite group to be with. I've never seen none of this in those 2. Start on the pole, and then you get to choose which lane you start in. And you leave the race, you get to have lane selection. Allgaier said, give me the outside. And he's making it pay off. He's letting everything so far. This move is key to give him a head over is Justin Allgaier, the key in the car 3.
I don't hate K-pop. I don't listen to it, so I don't have a top favorite.
Saw you were scoping out my tires the other day.
I need some new ones. I was going to ask you what those were.
Good eye. Those are Arturo tires. They really grip on the street and the trail. Cute dog, by the way. Stylish all-season tires from a company with an off-road racing heritage. Arturo puts performance within reach.
There are many ways to say I love you. My favorite. Here's your Kohl's Cash.
20 years is a lot of love. All month, enter for a chance to win Kohl's Cash and shop the Customer Appreciation Event now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Say you get a surf shack on Airbnb. Now you can also get a surf lesson with a pro surfer. Or if you get a place in Mexico City, you can also get a taco tasting with a food critic. You can even get a home in the heart of Seoul and a dance class, K-pop style. Homes, experiences, and services. Now you can Airbnb more than an Airbnb.
Love your plugins but wish you had more scent control? Meet the Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Enjoy the same 50-day of continuous scent Febreze Plug, including a cord for flexible placement options and a boost button for extra scent. Febreze Plug Scent Booster.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Missing your team's games on Sunday? Not an option. So whether you're a picked up an afternoon shift fan, or just a move to a new city fan, or at a Sunday afternoon wedding fan, Verizon's got you covered. Get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV on us. Every out-of-market game, every Sunday afternoon. That's up to $480 in value. Only on Verizon. See you Sunday.
There's a reason we do all this shit today. Launching and battling over the bottle shit. You harness this and put it in that so you can feel like this. Now you're up to speed. You in?
You've done so much, Pops. Any wisdom you can share with us?
There is no limit to unlimited wings.
Yeah, but by definition, unlimited. That's the definition of unlimited.
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made formats. But they're really sick, so put these on.
Grandparents, well, I'm thirsty. Don't settle for cheap, stinky
bulky floor mats? At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad, next time get WeatherTech. They are safe.
Find out everything we have at WT.com.
Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation, not wiping clean. What man didn't realize is that wetter cleans better. See how wet Duplex completely clears while dry CP smears? Ditch the itch and switch to wet extra large Duplex for the best clean, hands down.
Catch, blade, and conceal with Skechers slip-ins arch fit sneakers. Just step in and go. Getting through airport security will be a breeze. Plus, this style called the Arcade comes in fun and stylish colors to go with all your fake travel outfits. Skechers slip-ins arch fit sneakers.
Take a risk and bank your power bill by heading to your local lottery retailer. In the game for Saturday's estimated Powerball jackpot of $15 billion. Justin Allgaier leading here at Bristol with his teammate Sammy Smith back to 18. What's going on there, Dylan?
Yeah, they're having issues. Sammy thinks that the car is blowing up. They basically told him to get the vitals, which are all the gauges and everything in the car. And you see him, he's running a lot of it. All it takes, he's lost positions here. They pull him in, so they're going to have to keep running until they see smoke or it starts to blow up. So they're trying to diagnose it. Everything happens so quick. Still trying to diagnose it as he goes around here. But on the radio now, it's getting worse for the 8. He is way off the pace.
You can see the smoke coming out of the pipes right there. How devastating for GM Motorsports is 18. You just cannot put yourself in a hole in these playoffs. How tight it is. We saw this in the Truck Series playoffs. We saw this in the Cup Series with drivers having incidents and problems in the first race. And you think back to last week, the 1 car GM Motorsports out of that race with an engine issue. Now the 8 of Sammy Smith. So take a listen to his radio.
You saw the playoff standings. Came in 4 above the cut line, but a free fall now, unscheduled, green flag pit stop. You're going to lose a ton of laps if you can even get back out there if you resolve the problem. But look at that. I mean, it was -9. It's going to -20, and that's just going to continue as he sits idle on the pit lane and they try to figure it out. Meanwhile, left to your screen, you can run, but you can't hide at Bristol. The race leader in a bunch of laps.
Take a look at the situation here on the motor, trying to assess what's happening, actually trying to cool it down. You mentioned the traffic. That's the thing about this place. Even when it's the leader, you catch them so quickly, and then they're running to the high line and the bottom line. So you're just not gonna. Where do you go? You're just trying to assess each of these as you catch them and try to figure out exactly which. Almost get in their brain and understand which lane are they going to and where they're going to go and try to time that to get away from Connor's Zilch. But it's such a tough thing to work through traffic at this racetrack in Fleet.
25 laps to go in the stage, 24 as they come across the start-finish line now. And when you're a driver that's in jeopardy of going a lap down, and you know the caution's coming, you either try to fight to stay on the lead lap, or you try to hold the leader up so another car doesn't go a lap down, and when the caution comes out, you know you can get the free pass. So there is nothing easy for the leader. Even though the cars are slower, they will wrestle you for all your worth in this situation.
To that point, last night in the truck race, I did that exact thing. The car I raced the hardest all night was the leader. It's they're trying to lap us, so I know it very well. And it's to your point, it's what your job is. What you're in Alfredo right now, your job is to try and stop that 7 from getting by you. If he does, then stay right with him or as close as you can to stay 1 car lap, the first car lap down, to get the free pass. The caution comes out.
Allgaier gets by Alfredo, who scored 25th. Blaine Perkins had already gone a lap down in this race.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sometimes things fall right into place, but other times they just fall.
No. What was that?
But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Awesome. And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
All set. Here you go. Thank you. Take care.
Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Pick up. So pick up the phone.
Open up, man.
Connections save lives. Reach out and check in on a loved one today.
Said if you're gonna play the game, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold. Hold on, ready. Know when to run. Run. Run.
He's automatically
You count your money. You're sitting at the table. It's time to knock out when the deal is done.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. But ever since I started taking Blue Chew, the tourism has been insane.
Hey, no touching the odds.
Get your first month free at BlueChew.com.
We're here. Progressive's accident response detected an accident and sent for help.
Did we beat him? Where's Superman?
Saving the world, maybe?
So we did that. Where's Superman?
Yeah, I don't think car insurance is really his thing. Not with us around.
Yeah, I already called a tow truck that started your claim.
I guess not all heroes wear capes.
Yep, somewhere, tummy capes.
So what? Don't say things like that out loud. No. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Closed captioning for this race is brought to you by Borrow, the bank that puts money in your pocket. 11 laps to go. Stage 1, NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff opener in Bristol. Justin Allgaier leads. Connor Zillage is second. Just before the break, Anthony Alfredo went a lap down. He continues to be the first car in that category. Next car to go a lap down would be Matt Benedetto. He'll try to hang on, and just in front of him, a few playoff drivers. So a whole lot of drama going to unfold at the end of the stage.
Also, Brandon Jones and Nick Sanchez, which means they're going to be pushing really hard here. It's just up the road from just Allgaier. Good for them as there's a bit of traffic.
Oh, caution. Oh, Corey Dane, Stephen Parsons.
Second caution of the night. Comes out inside of 10 on the stage. They're running 13th on track. We talked about how great Stephen has been in the early portion of this race. What a great job he did in qualifying. And Corey Day, coming off a career best first top 10 finish coming last Saturday night in St. Louis.
Such a shame for Stephen Parsons. Because that's such a great qualifying effort, the third best in this team's history. Just a second start this season, the Xfinity Series.
Sammy Smith behind the wall. Steering wheel undone, helmet coming off. What a tough start to this playoff run for him.
That's gut-wrenching because you just come in here with so much optimism, but let's take a look what happened here. Corey Day, as Jesse Love on the inside, just seems like Corey maybe came down on him a little bit. Jesse was as low as you possibly could be. There, he gets spun around, and Stephen Parsons tries to avoid him, and it may seem late, but things happen so fast at this racetrack, and you're going so quickly. As we look here, just how they entered. Yeah, it's just got to give him the room there. Jesse was definitely squeezed down from Corey, and I think Corey was trying to adjust to the car on the outside at the same time. There just wasn't enough room for both of them.
Brendan Poole was on the other side of that in the spring, but he's able to drop on the outside and avoid the incident. Perfect view here right off over the love. So here you go. You know, we got that pit road open here. Do you flip the stage, which would give you some track position when we go green in stage 2? But if you pit here, you might be giving up some stage points. And our drivers coming down. Here they are on progressive pit road, Dylan.
Trying to get the pit stop.
St. Mayor has brought his car down pit road. His only feedback was really just that the brake pedal was squishy. That was his verbiage at the very beginning of this race. But I think that problem sorted itself out. Pretty happy with the race car. They'll change 4 tires and be with him.
As we look at Justin Allgaier, once they get stuff, it's a really good balance. Just neutral entry, little tight center, free off. They're going to drop to the right side here. Right side, you get a more side side. Middle of your screen, running, keep the paper to play on. A little free in, that's the only thing to get feedback wise. And then Connor Dillon at the bottom there. We see a tiny bit of entry security. Really close, though, he said, on balance. Maybe a little slow there on the right side.
based on the qualified last week, number 1 pit stop Connor Zillage, and he makes it pay off the race off Progressive Pit Road. CZ in front of Allgaier, Mayer, Sieg, and Greyhole serve. Now you evaluate the drivers that stayed out. Among them, Harrison Burton, who was 9th. He doesn't pit here. He'll give up a ton of track position when he pits after the stage is over. But when you're in his position, you want stage points. You stay out, you get some track position, and maybe you can steal some on what's going to be a run less than 5 laps to end the stage.
And if you look at their regular season performance, they were great at finishing races, but the one area they lacked compared to all their competitors in the playoffs was stage points. They severely need to get stage points to make a statement by getting stage points here. They did the first part of that job, which was qualifying well. They were in the top 10 here, but they're going to take this risk to try and get even more stage points. I think it's a good risk to take.
Harrison came in below the cut line, now above the cut line. Other end of the spectrum for Sammy Smith, came in +4, done for the night. And the body language tells the story for the driver out of Iowa. Jesse Love also stays on track. Everyone else pitted, so 2 drivers stay out. This is huge because, you're only going to have a short run. And it's nice to have the track position and control of the restart. But the problem is those fresh tires and fast cars going to be right behind you. They wanted a bigger buffer here than what they got, no doubt.
Well, the best news for Harrison is at least he has Jesse Love. Most likely to be on the inside if he takes the outside. Can you inform the 2?
Yeah, David Stockman and Kucci came on close driver. This was the only way we could get stage points. I don't like the call. You're just going to have to hang on, buddy.
That's like his own call. This restart's going to be wild. And Shelby Creed, unfortunately, made a pit stop, and they're going to have to drop to the rear, speeding when he came down the pit lane. We talked about it off the top. You can't have mistakes. You can't have issues. We see what's happened to the 8 of Sammy Smith. Engine problems there, and now a self-inflicted wound for Shelby Creed, who has the speeding penalty and is going to lose a ton of track position. Was inside the top 10 prior to the cycle of stops there. Well, the Whelen caution lights are on. Whelen, the official warning lights of NASCAR, America's most trusted manufacturer of emergency lights and sirens.
Hello, Zachary. Welcome to the live stream. Pit stops just happened. We had a caution for Corey Day and Stephen Parsons. What's his name? Harrison Burton's in the lead. Jesse Love is second.
In just a couple laps sprint, that lead car can possibly get away for Jesse Love. This will be incredibly tough starting on the bottom, older tires. He's going to have to do his best not to get swamped by the 7 and the 88 that were behind him.
Connor Zillage gets that outside lane because he won the race off pit road. That was big for him. He can take control of the race here. So watch that battle as well as everything cycles through to begin stage number 2. 2-lap sprint to finish the opening stage. The field is set for the Echo Park restart zone. Echo Park Automotive, where car buying is easier, better, and happier. Harrison Burton.
All right, back to green. Whoa, watch out. Jesse Love slides up. 3 wide for third. Allgaier, stage 1 winner. All right, Justin Allgaier, Connor Zillage, Harrison Burton, Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, Eric Almirola, Ryan Sieg, Carson Kvapil, Taylor Gray, William Sawalch are your top 10 in stage 1.
When my doctor gave me Breasttreat for my COPD, things changed for me. Breasttreat gave me better breathing, symptom improvements, and reduced flare-ups.
Breasttreat won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttreat after prescribed.
Risk-free may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about breast. Incoming dishes! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
It absorbs grease 5 times faster. It even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Those subs got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Away with the bone. It's no less silky.
That was beautiful, Pop.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love wings. You too.
There it is.
Only the strong survive. The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs, Saturday, September 27th from Kansas at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Feel the thunder this Sunday. The toughest bull riders on earth team up for the Camping World Team Series.
Only the best of the best.
10 teams, 5 riders, 1 goal to be legendary. Every ride counts for the superheroes of dirt.
That's how you become a legend.
The PBR Camping World Team Series.
Sunday at 9:30 a.m. on the CW on Mon 58.
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Cat. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Shut up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. And I'll get my Smash Cat for $5 this week only. Welcome to the Dr. Bob. Europe's most spectacular magic show. It will blow your mind. I have no idea how they did it. The Airlift Brothers. Have sold out shows across Europe. They're hitting the U.S. with a massive tour. America's excellence in this. Get your tickets now. You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Cat. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Shut up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. And I'll get my Smash Cat for $5 this week only. Welcome to the Dr. Bob.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Say when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Good RX. Save time and money on prescriptions. Check Good RX. And by Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. Stage 1 complete at Bristol for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Let's get a report from Dylan Marsh.
And Sammy Smith was out of the car and then done for the night. So heard the motor issues, but how do you sum up the disappointment of being done this early?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. It's a tough way to start the playoffs. Unfortunate situation with the motor, I think. They haven't really quite said, but yeah, HMS did such a good job, and it's just a fluke deal. So very disappointed for our pilot, Chevrolet DRM team. We worked so hard, and to not really have a shot, it gets frustrating. So yeah, we'll just have to do our best the next 2 weeks in the playoffs, and we'll see.
And the teams have some work to do. Spoke with the team. It sounded like a freak head gasket issue. They had a water leak in practice, and not entirely sure if it resulted from that or not, but just kind of a unfortunate event here that takes the 8 out of it.
You know, Parker, you referenced Carson Waffle last week. This is just the 4th engine-related DNF for JRM in the last 4.5 years, and they've had a problem 2 weeks in a row. So, you know, it's worth noting. It could be two totally unrelated things, and there's nothing to draw conclusions from there, but something to keep an eye on, certainly when you have a couple back-to-back like that.
It's a tough pill to swallow, and he's in a hole right now, but I can tell him from experience, you can possibly transfer. It's just going to take a lot and a big effort.
And you know what? Other drivers could have problems as well. Let's see if that happens in the playoffs. Progressive Pit Road is open. Harrison Burton in Dylan.
That's right. They finished third there and get those valuable stage points. Harrison's feedback was that his car was in a all-4 tire slide, but was in a tight condition in what he was battling. So you saw the small chassis adjustment they made there. Also made a small air pressure adjustment, more tires and fuel. As we said, stayed out there when the others pitted, just to try to get those stage points for the 25. Here's Jesse Love and Kim.
Yeah, we saw him a little swirling loose in positions there at the stage. At first he thought it was a tire issue. Then he said, no, maybe he ran into a big patch of rubber buildup. He said, I've never felt something like that before. You see the chassis adjustment? That's what he
great point, because anytime you lose the track position here, as good as those guys have been out front, you can find yourself with a leader breathing down your neck. How about Justin Allgaier? 13 career stage victories in the playoffs. That's why he's the champ, and doing it once again with all the money on the line. He's the leader as we get set for stage 2.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for the treatment of schizophrenia. Cobenfy is not an antipsychotic, it's a different kind of treatment. Cobenfy showed overall improvement across a range of schizophrenia symptoms. And in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain liver problems or untreated narrow angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
And I know it could be Cobenfy. You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
SafeLife Repairs, SafeLife Replace.
Come on, bud, hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Let's go out there and go pro. Or is it me, my kid ball? See me that. No question, kid. But everyone wants. Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swim those hits, right? And you gotta swing. More! And if you don't have the right insurance, then you can pay for this yourself. Get Allstate, you save money, and you protect it from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get together. We brought wings.
You mean wingback chairs? Dive in, everyone. We brought plenty.
We brought the ranch.
Woo! Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
If you have met AMD or DME, you never want to lose sight of the things you love. And your condition doesn't have to steal the moment. Long-lasting EYLEA HD delivers powerful vision improvement. It can save your vision for the future. EYLEA HD is the only treatment for wet AMD and DME that helps at least 8 out of 10 people go up to 4 months between injections after 3 initial monthly treatments. Don't take EYLEA HD if you have an eye infection, eye pain, redness, or are allergic to it. Eye injections like EYLEA HD may cause eye infections, separation of the retina, rare but severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye, or increased eye pressure. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke. There's still much to see. Ask about next generation EYLEA HD, a treatment retina specialist trust.
You've only got so many weekends. Spin one doing something nobody saw coming. It's a party, a festival, a race. It's all of it. And all at once. Concerts, tailgating, unbelievable action. 100 reasons to say this is actually awesome. It's fast, it's wild. It's the cutoff race in NASCAR's playoffs for Wild Card Weekend. The Bank of America Roval 400. Sunday, October 5th. Get tickets at CharlotteMotorspeedway.com. CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Blue Chew. Go the extra mile with Blue Chew.
Get ready for stage 2 with the world's fastest half mile. Entertaining opening stage, and now the choose. Teammates going to share the front row here. I was curious to see how Zillich handled that.
Yeah, we could, in this situation, we know the top's a little better, but we see the bottom there be able to spot in a second. And you want to give yourself the chance that if there is an issue for the leader, you're obviously the best position to strike.
6 playoff drivers in the top 10 for the restart, 6 outside the top 10. We look at our playoff standings. It's always going to change a lot, but you go over the cut line. Think about the strategy that's played out for Love and Burton. All that will cycle when they gain some spots. Hill, despite the fact they haven't been great, only 11 out, going to restart inside the top 15 here.
Yeah, I think we'll start to see as we go through this stage here, they get in better position, how that worked for Harrison Burton and Jesse Love, and how smart that move was to go.
Restart's always fun and always significant. You want to take control. All guys have control.
All right, here we go. Back to green. PNW Rock and Stimson switch combo. Huh, that's something. Whoa! Dang, Zealot saved it. New leader, Sam Mayer.
Sensation Sam Mayer leading at Bristol. He won our black short track race in Iowa last month. And as he goes to the lead, 88 of Connor Zillage trying to get second away from his teammate. Here is that incredible save.
Wow.
Absolute sideways. You read the side door numbers down the front straightaway. Wow. Laid the tire marks on the track. That's incredible.
Throughout the postseason in blue and our bumper.
What did Sam Mayer tell us about these three drivers at the front last week? Big three. He called them the big three. Right there they are. 1, 2, 3 at the start of the playoffs here at Bristol.
He spoke for everyone. It was so
See Harrisonburg there. Dean Thompson from the outside. Big Sanchez on the outside. Trying to work this in a little bit earlier as we go into the night as they try to make up positions here. As you're earlier in the run, you'll even go to the outside, and if you know it's not quite working, but you're trying to just run in as quickly as you can, you might just be forced up there, not able to get back to the bottom, so you just sort of lament to the fact that you're going to have to try and run in the outside and start to see what gains on the bottom.
We had Portland top 4 rookies. Last week in St. Louis, top 3 were rookies. By my count, we've got 6 rookies in the top 10. Isn't Bristol supposed to be for the veterans? Isn't it supposed to be challenging? These first-year drivers came to play tonight. 4 of them right there. One is Quaffle. Dean Thompson, 26, 54 Taylor Gray, and just behind William Sawallich, who was a runner-up in the last 2 races.
We've seen it all year. It's hard to remember some of the rookies just very well. They run in variety of tracks, consistently qualifying well. It's given all sorts of records set by these rookies. And I think that's what's made this rookie class so incredible. Is that you have really good runs by a lot of these drivers, great rookie seasons, and then it's Connor Zillage, who's just set the bar so high.
Dean Thompson, really at home at Bristol, top 10 in the spring, and getting it done again tonight, Dylan.
Yeah, they are rolling. We'll give you a Toyota driver update on the Seaman Racing. Number 26. They admitted qualifying is not being strong suit. But they knew he was going to have a good race car, and he is delivering on that. They felt like one race week with their sprint. We'll see the speed they've got to grab for this restart. I think it's really encouraging that felt as good about this race car as they did about the one that did finish in the top 10 here in the spring. He felt a little bit free all the way around the racetrack before that last stop, but they didn't make any adjustments. The track was going to tighten up as they expected, and that was the right call. They are flying on the 26.
Love to see that. Seeing his Toyotas were top 10 here in the spring. Corey Hyde was driving the 24. And look at this battle for the lead. All playoff drivers, all drivers that have won this season. Mayer in front of Zillage, in front of Allgaier. But anybody's guess how the last 50 laps of the stage will go.
Statement by Sam Mayer to get the lead on these junior sports cars, really dominate the summer portion of this season. We know the win for Sam Bear came out of Iowa. He was pretty fast there. I just feel like this is a big moment for him to get to the lead the way he did after the adjustment of that pit stop.
Sam Mayer won his first truck race here Bristol a few years ago, driving for GMS Racing.
The championship, and we really had playoff drivers scattered all throughout the field. Mayer's bumper looking back at Zillich, who's playing with his line. All got a paint the inside lane. And so we go back to these playoff drivers that are trying to come from behind a little bit. Sean McCready speeding through, but he's doing okay coming back. He's 15. Austin Hill does not have a great race car, 16. And Harrison Burton, who stays out to get the stage points. You get on the track position. He's already working his way through. He's outside the top 25 of the shoes. Racing for a spot inside the top 15.
Now, this is the position since the restart. This has just been a really impressive day overall. Just qualifying for the 25 and just some great speed. The first stage was great. Love the call by Danny. I put the step there and get those stage points, something that they've lacked most this regular season. They've been one of the most aggressive teams in trying to manipulate the stages to their advantage. Whether it's staying out or beginning early, putting on a set of tires, or risking not having it later. Danny and that team have done a great job trying to maximize the stages they did every night.
50 to go. Stage 2 at Bristol. Mayer is out front. You see the points as they run. Look at that cut line. It's going to be a scoring for the next 7 weeks. Sam 10 points, 3 over this day.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get together. We brought wings.
Give me these wingback chairs. Cut in, everyone.
We brought plenty.
We brought the ranch.
Woo! Wings and ranch. Now it's a party.
Every style, every home.
Consumer Cellular help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
So that we can cut your bill. Call Consumer Cellular.
That's the reason they don't call them plane bites, am I right? Because of verify
Gas stations.
you gotta start at the top and work your way down. Want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
So that's what code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your own auto when you bundle with us.
That's hot rodder.
My biggest frustration with other deodorants is that they don't hold up, especially to a hard physical job. Over the course of the day, Mando holds up, keeps me fresh all day long. I wanted something that works, and Mando works.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like we pay or safe like we place.
New game table Synth Boosters. With 2 irresistible scents coming together, you can't help but dance.
Oh, wow.
Hi, I'm Professor Silver. Today, I'll break down the history of Ash's Totodile, detailing his many adventures as a dancer, brawler, and all around. Totodile debuted in the Totodile film only 4 episodes after Squirtle left Ash to rejoin the Squirtle Squad. Like Squirtle, Totodile was a water-type starter that offered ample comic relief. He was special, however, in that he loved to dance. Out of all of Ash's Pokemon in the series, it was arguably none who loved life like Totodile. Whenever he was summoned,
Everyone is on NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work, but Johnson Racing break it down for you. NASCAR is a bracket system with eliminations at 16, 12, 8, and 4. How to advance, win races, or survive the cup. Outlast your pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts and victory lane. And trust me, Toyota's ready for the victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
You better get ready, because it's time for the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. There's one thing for sure. If you win this, there's no going back. No going back to that place where no one knew your name. Back to that time when you didn't have a full-weight trophy that changes everything. Now we're going back to a world where winning was followed immediately by championship. The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs on the CW.
It's time.
This Tuesday, former NXT champions turned WWE megastars in WCW, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie McCurry, Tiffany Stratton, Carmella Hayes, and more return for NXT. All coming up as a very special NXT Tuesday, 8, 7, 6 right here on the CW. Live in Bristol, closed captioning for this race brought to you by Barrow, the bank that puts money in your pocket.
So the stats you saw there, how many of these drivers would feel after this race? They wake up tomorrow morning. This place beats you up. It's one of those physical racetracks there is on the calendar because it feels like you've been in a washing machine after you did 300 laps around here. It just beats you around. The joints in the concrete surface, battery your head between the headrests, and it's just a really physical racetrack.
I can't relate, never done it, but I can only imagine. But then I go to the other side, and that's the mental process of racing here. And dealing with traffic and the constant in the corner, off the corner, in the corner. I mean, you have got to be absolutely worn out mentally when the race is over here.
You are. It's also just balancing your race car in each corner. As we talk about rhythm, getting knocked out of your rhythm and having to car the way back into that rhythm is really tough. And you're constantly assessing where the racetrack is, where it's moving groove-wise, like you need to be on top of it. You're doing all those things simultaneously within a 15-second lap. So it's just an incredible amount of things happening within this very short amount of time.
Maybe 30 laps to go, second stage. Top three to stay going for each other. Mayer, Zilch, and Allgaier led 95 laps tonight on the opening stage. Zilch was the race off pit road where they made their pit stops there prior to the end of the stage. Cycled through to second. But it's been this trio so far that has dominated stage number 2.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised none of these three have really tried to move off the racetrack here. The Blaze are thinking that just Allgaier shoots the top side and 3 and 4 down the same. You're going to lose a little bit of time. And that's normal. You go to the top side here, it changes everything you've been doing. You drive further in the corners, let the car turn and try to get back to the top further than you would on the bottom. And it takes you a lot to get into that rhythm of running the top side. We'll see if it actually works for us all.
Here's the other ball. He's got a full second advantage over fourth place Ryan Sieg. So he's got a little room to play with here. Good time to try something different when you're running third. Let's look at this guy. It's there. Behind him, we got to celebrate the comeback's Creed. Nick Jones isn't been in that position for a good portion tonight. But Harrison Burton on the comeback trail as well.
Once the family's on live, it's really impressive. It's just like my little community. I love it. Cashews grow in select tropical climates around the world. From the bottom of a hanging fruit like this, just 1 kilogram of cashews can cost $10 to resell. That's over 7 times as much as peanuts. And in the US, retail prices for whole cashews can reach $15 per pound. Without intensive, precise processing, these nuts wouldn't be edible at all. In the remote forests of northeastern China, local harvesters climb trees as high as 100 feet to reach this region's valuable product.
In the Xfinity Series, and it's been really good at Bristol. A lot of top 15 finishes here for that team.
The path is dangerous, but the reward is high for people willing to risk their lives. In the US, China, which are actually seeds, can sell for upwards of $117 a kilogram. Compare that to the price of pistachios, which can sell for
All right, we are officially halfway.
A quick way to satisfy a cake and loving palate is with a splash or two of hot sauce, typically served with Mexican foods such as nachos, tacos, and burritos. It can also spice up everyday fare such as eggs, potatoes, and sandwiches. This American company has been producing hot sauce, also called a pepper sauce, since 1868.
Its signature version is made from Tabasco peppers, a type of chili pepper. The brand also comes in additional varieties, using habanero, chipotle, and green jalapeno peppers. The company has pepper fields at its home base in Louisiana, as well as in Central and South America, using seeds harvested from the Louisiana crop. The company president uses his experienced eye to select the best plants for seed extraction. Those with even and early ripening juicy peppers, well-formed layered branches, and healthy damage-free leaves. He marks his selection with a string. Then pickers harvest those peppers and send them to the seed extractor. The peppers are hand-picked for sauce production as well. To determine which ones are ripe enough, the pickers use locations called petite baton rouge, French for little red stem. If a pepper matches the color of the stem, you may harvest it. If not, it stays on the planer.
You can get this big smell and pay later.
It's labor intensive, but what ensures only the perfect peppers go into the sauce.
4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Within hours of harvesting, the factory grinds the peppers and mixes them with salt. This creates a mash, which then goes into oak whiskey barrels to ferment and age. Wooden barrels breathe, letting in just enough air to spur natural yeast growth, the key to fermentation. But not too much air, which would discolor the mash and produce a metallic flavor. After laying paper on top of the mash to prevent surface discoloration, workers seal the barrels. Then they spread a layer of salt over the top.
Over causing bacteria, not the bacteria. Deodorant keeps you fresh all day long.
The barrels now go to the warehouse, where the mash ferments and ages for 3 years. The fermentation releases carbon dioxide gas, which forces liquid out through a vent hole in the top of the barrel. The salt absorbs the liquid and hardens. After the 3-year fermentation and aging period, they break up the salt and open the barrel. What was once pungent and acrid is now aromatic, with a mellow, complex flavor. However, it still needs significant refining. So they pump it into large mixing tanks, add vinegar, then churn for 3 to 4 weeks. That's how long it takes for the vinegar to break down the pepper solids into smaller particles. During that process, the vinegar also takes on the color, flavor, and aroma of the peppers. The sauce requires no cooking whatsoever because the vinegar acts as a natural preservative. The next step is a 2-stage milling process. The first mill extracts the pepper pulp. The second mill removes the seeds. The sauce is now finished. The quality control equipment analyzes samples from every batch of sauce for viscosity, pH, salt, and other criteria. Lab technicians also perform taste tests for flavor, clearing the palate in between with crackers, and cooling the fire regime with ice cream bars. Once the batch gets the thumbs up, it's pumped to the bottom. The company uses glass rather than plastic because glass is a better barrier against oxygen. Oxygen penetration would adversely affect the flavor and color of the sauce. The capping machine takes on a plastic screw cap. Then the bottles travel to the label, which adheres to
There's Jeffrey Earnhardt, 24, Austin Green at the Benedict.
Sometimes the leader can even shoot through the middle here.
and ready to go.
Gets around the 42 and then he's putting it up right on the defender. Next car you'll see to put a lap down on. That's on 4. But he's got some cushion. So cars multiple laps down in between. He and race leader Sam Mayer, who's trying to hang on and win the stage. Going to be 3 laps to go this time live. And he's wearing green gloves. You can see his hands working inside that race car. The X in the corners. Working that wheel, he slides the right rear. As he goes down into turn 3 right now, he's running for everything he's won inside the 4. Trying to hold off Connor Zilicher.
Here we go. 3-1. Final lap, stage 2. The line, wow, Zillish with the outside move, with the move on the outside. Sam Mayer wins stage 2. Sam Mayer second, Justin Allgaier third, Almirola fourth, and Carson Quaffle fifth. Dean Thompson sixth, Taylor Gray seventh, William Swalshy. And how about Brennan Poole staged the top 9th place in stage 2, Nick Sanchez 10th.
We head to southern Louisiana to see how a 6th generation Xfinity family is fighting for survival, hot sauce, and
When my doctor gave me breastfeed for my COPD,
things changed.
Breastfeed gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
We're also looking for plants that produce the legend color red peppers, pepper size, and then flavor. Christian Brown is the great-great-great-grandson of founder Edmund McElhenney and the company's agriculture manager. He sends only the strongest seeds to over 1,000 Tabasco farms around the world. Tabasco says their peppers originate from the Amazon in South America. They're about 6 times hotter than a jalapeno, and they're tiny, only 1 to 1.5 inches long the way you brand it. Because the peppers are so small, they can damage machines during the harvest. Tabasco harvests 10 million pounds of peppers a year. This footage is from Louisiana, where the process looks simple and raw. They sprinkle salt on the peppers and use a giant machine to mash them into the paste. Farms ship the paste back to Avery Island through the farm.
1 minute, it's smooth. The But as we see you get 6 ounce pay later and 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com. Nice. And SafeLife can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
SafeLife repair. Come on. SafeLife replace.
Go to SafeLife.com and get fixed now and pay later.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack. It is first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory day. Now yes,
One truck will fill up to 110 barrels, but they can't overfill them because
There's a reason they don't call it clean lights, am I right?
it can take 30 minutes to finish one row. Since all the barrels don't have a vertical seal, so what goes for something is the gases exchanged while loading on station.
What causes a curve? Disease, there's someone we can talk to or help.
The team stacks each barrel by
I got
national
somebody for
origin.
that. I got somebody for that.
The mash releases lots of gases during
There's
fermentation,
hope for
so
the
a
estimate
tiny
1 in
valve
10
on top
men may have
controls
Crohn's
the
disease,
pressure.
or PD. A urology specialist to treat PD can improve your plan.
And that happens sometimes.
Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com. So more.
After 3 years, the national side stabilized, strength, and even though it shrunk, the information still rules by city.
And it all starts with a CW football Saturday Countdown Show, presented by the Wells Fargo Cash Credit Card.
Xfinity Series is brought to you by Golden Corral.
Exceptional by design. Get 0.9% APR on this 2025 vehicle policy. Plus, your eligible non-gamblers get up to $3,000 on
Bristol Myers Squibb.
Here's a question.
2 stages in at Bristol. Let's get our gold ball brought to you
If your
by
friend sends a message to your phone
Racing into stage 2. It was an awesome outing.
asking for an address,
Here's
that's
they trying to navigate through traffic.
should be the first one to find
The
you.
bottom of that traffic. The 24. That allowed cars to get to his outside with no man off the floor and win the stage. Very cool battle, Bristol. You know, we have been in the top 5 all night. So was Ryan Singh, and you might have remembered we were
Next up, the H matches
there
come
toward
to
the end of the
landing.
stage. And he had a problem, had to make a schedule. So
Here's the
we
pepper
some
smell.
operations for him to change. He goes from the top 5 to 2 right down. It's nearly 30 and 29 is where he thinks we're at. And kind of ridiculous. He's expensive. They had the speed many times throughout this year, but just stuff that's caught them out. I know this year has been disappointing.
Honor veteran ensures all the sauce tastes the same. It's coming from around the world.
I try to go 3 or 4 different countries and put them together. So it could be like a little Colombia, Peru, and a little Ecuador.
The St. Louis Racing Group continued to have another strong Bristol run. Dean said the car was all good and leave it low for the second straight stop. Finished 6th in that stage, using 4 times in that field. Sam Mayer also said his balance was good. He just lost overall grip at the end of each run just due to the tires wearing out. No changes, but they are still concerned about their brake roll. Sam's been on the line. He sees it every time he goes by here, so they're just monitoring that on the 41 10.
That's where John's stage 1. He still couldn't trust the right gear. Most of the rest of the way to slight adjustment. He has more road security just now there in the middle of your street. Really free and tight middle.
John's
Maybe
factory
the
builds
chance
up
he
to
doesn't ultimately get
7,000
stuck with
bucks
aircraft
every
and tires that there at the bottom, finishing up his stuff really close to just get the little more flatly in the corner. His biggest companion said it's such a battle for clean air.
Race off Progressive Pit Road, not close. Zillow takes care of it.
Fastest growing.
Plus one for Allgaier, who jumps in front of Mayer. Now the roll comes off fourth, plus 2 for Taylor Gray. The kid's red hot. What's Bobby do? Well, you never want to stage at Bristol until
If you feel like your symptoms, decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy. That's twice daily pills for the treatment of schizophrenia. Cobenfy is not an antipsychotic. It's a different type of treatment. Cobenfy should overall improvement of the brain of schizophrenia symptoms. And in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial pain.
Don't take an allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain liver problems or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct involvement problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased blood and fat
just under
calcium, kidney
700
problems,
bottles
and
around the
don't
Gulf
drive
Coast.
with these heavy machinery
Each one
until you
cost
know how
$1.
Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away.
Ran Tabasco after the Mexican state known for spice production and exports. Then they got a patent for it, and by the early 1870s was selling his bottles across the US and even in Europe. And then it kind of started to take on steam, get bigger and bigger.
With one 24-hour period, we're going to double and then some more of what Edmund did his entire life.
Edmund lived on Avery Island. It was a natural salt dome rising 163 feet above sea level. As the highest point along the U.S. Gulf Coast, it's been a respite from raging hurricanes from backwardly descendants that still call the island home. But it's now at risk. Louisiana's coast sinks by an average of 1/3 of an inch per year. On average, between 1985 and 2010, the state lost roughly a football field of wetlands every hour. When land sinks, it's no longer storm damage.
Storm to storm, depending where it makes landfall at. You can see it somewhere 24 days.
Pete Romero is Avery Island's land manager. He said when Hurricane Rita hit in 2005, which was completely, parts of the marsh were destroyed. After Rita, the company built an 18-foot levee with a pump system around the factory.
Is a proud local sponsor of the Secret League on Monkey PX coverage of NASCAR.
They also planted tall grasses for protection. But it's still a new process, especially as the home to NASCAR enters into the hurricane season.
Say $28 or more when you join.
You're going to smash bottom arrow, get the vanilla ice cream. Use a drop of first spoonful. It's perfectly okay to eat it out of the carton unless it's fresh. Eat it out of the carton. One drop of first spoonful of ice cream. Smash with peanut butter is a sneaky great thing that most people don't know about.
Getting ready to go stage 3 at Bristol Motor Speedway, and it's a great time after we've got 2 stages down to go over the playoff picture brought to you by Bristol Motor Speedway. Man, take a look at this. Look at the cut line. Austin Hill was in the championship 4 last year. He's 12 below the cut line, but how about Taylor Gray, 4th? Brandon Jones in 5th, and then, of course, Justin Allgaier and Connor Zillich leading the way. Connor Zillich entered with the most playoff points of all time in this playoff, and his win percentage also very high, the best of all time at 34%. And if he were to win tonight, he would also be the first driver to win 5 in a row. But of all the records and the things he's most proud of, he told me this week it's how much fun he and his team have had doing it. He said he very much expects this streak to end every time he shows up to the track. But for now, they're riding the success and the enjoyment as far as they can, Adam.
He's just been incredible. I mean, we said it going to break, what can he do? And he's going to be in control on this restart to begin the final stage.
What's amazing about that stat that Carla said is that we never talk about win percentages because it's usually excruciatingly small. But at 34%, we have to talk about it and look at all the drivers who had issues here already tonight. Is anybody next?
McWapple had the loose wheel on that last cycle of stops, was inside the top 10, going to restart outside the top 20. His teammate in charge of the outside lane, Connors, in the final stage. Here it comes. Allgaier comes to the outside lane. He's trying to come for a second, and he will.
Real power move by Justin Allgaier there. In hindsight, kind of lost the lead in that last stage. Again, checked a little bit off the bottom. He said, not this time, I'm going to the top, and Sandberg comes back on the bottom right there. But Taylor Gray, his crew chief Jason Ratcliffe, has won here 4 times at Bristol, and he's saving his best for last final stage. He's up to 4 in the 54. In the spring, how good he was at Martinsville, was probably a quarter away from winning that race. That real knack for the short tracks, and this fits in the short track realm, even though it's incredibly fast. It still is a short track and a half mile. He's doing a great job here tonight. We talk about playoff problems. You got to be able to come back if you're going to win a championship. Sheldon Creed, as good as he's been all night long, not great in qualifying, has the speeding penalty, drives by Brandon Jones, comes down to 0 at 6. And he needs everything he can get, because you look at our playoff standings as they run, he's right there at the cut line with Harrison Burton, who got all those stage points with Jesse Love, and now they're racing for a spot on track. 13, every position of point, go get it in this final stage. And what they're looking at ahead of them is getting back into the top 10, so they took that risk in stage 1 to get those stage points, they got them, and now it's taken them a whole other stage to get back to the top 10, but the goal here for so many of these teams is score 38 points a race, usually on average gets you in the next round of playoffs, and that's what they're aiming for here tonight. That's essentially like finishing 9th in each stage. Harrison Burton has finished outside the top 10 at Bristol 1 time in his career. He had Booster Buffers in the spring, that was it. And we celebrated Taylor Gray. He's starting to go in the wrong direction as the clock continues for Sheldon Creed, that 0-0. He's up inside the top 5, and Brandon Jones on the attack of the track. Just a little too early in this run right now. When you have the caution, you pick up all the rubber off the bottom. The outside takes a while. You come back in, you got to lay that rubber back down on the bottom. Keep at the bottom.
Start your free approval today.
And then pick up the beginning group. That's enough.
Waddle's top 10 again. And battling for the 10th position, 16, Christian Eckes, 44. Brennan Poole's been great lately. That's an awesome run for Brennan Poole. We talked about with Jeremy Clements. For some of these smaller teams, when we come to Bristol, can have outsized runs just because of the nature of the tough racetrack. That's what makes a big difference. That's what he's doing that 44. An awesome run for them just outside the top 10. And right behind him,
like it doesn't get much better.
it was a year ago that we found out Harrison was going to be coming back to the Xfinity Series. It's all these he did an interview with Kim in the middle of that race, and he said some things that were very positive and very encouraging. When you were just like further things. Surround yourself with great people, and he was a huge part of the hiring process. And now here they are, not just in the playoffs, but making noise. I said it earlier, I think this is one of the coolest stories in the Xfinity Series of 2025. What Harrison Burton has done with AIM Racing, you mentioned being a part of the hiring process, and how integral he has been to the formation of this team, building them and making them the contenders that they are. And that's not just what he's doing behind the wheel, but it's what he's doing behind the scenes and how integral he is to those decisions that they're making. He and Danny F. have done an awesome job. This is the start they wanted in the playoffs. They got him by points. It was an
Oh, Sage.
but now they're here. The opportunity occasion when it matters most. You talk about stepping up in the playoffs, 7 playoff drivers, in the top 13. Corey today, making it 3-1.
Oh, Corey.
He's racing for the free pass. He's flat down after he had the issue earlier, trying to get back on the makes some noise late. It's never good when you're pointed towards the inside wall. I can tell you that. And then to end up on the apron, it's incredibly hard to reach with the racetrack without having more problems or running into another car. So great job by him to get away with that. That was intense. After these 3 drivers, third point has been Allgaier in the 7, 19 Almirola, and we talked about 3 number 0 for the Hot Factory team. And Eric Almirola comes in this race first in speed rankings this season, although he's just doing a partial season. When he shows up, he's incredibly fast. And we're seeing that again tonight, where he just continues to have the speed that 19 car usually is a threat for the win in these races, and he shows up. Earlier this year in Phoenix, ironically enough, he dueled with Justin Allgaier. And he got 2 short track wins last year with the single sweep at Martinsville. Going for third right now. And as he drives to the inside, look at Frazier pulling back out of it. Nowhere to go. That's what happens here. You get a car in front of you, it kills your momentum. You get all angry at the same time. You have to make that decision to back off. Otherwise, you're going to basically run into that car and cause a collision, which you didn't want to do. And now trying to use momentum on the outside to get the second just like that. Everybody's got to set a tire, but you can run this thing out, which brings in the level of importance of being good on the long run. We've seen some really long runs, final stage at Bristol, and I say that just because I look at what Almirola is doing early in this stage. That's a great point, because your race car at this track will go through a ton of transitions on a really long run. This is a really long run at Bristol, where you will feel multiple big changes in that race car. You see the track change where at times the bottom will be dominant, then the top will be dominant, and it will shift through the course of the run. You just have to navigate that and adjust to it each and every time. And what you do now early in the run, if you take care of that car, can pay off later. But you might see that when you have some cars that are really fast late. Just over 90 laps to go. It's the play. Oh, hey! In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the intensity is up. Creed getting a piece of Allgaier. Brandon Jones is there. It's Connor Zillage leading.
This is where it happened. People still come up to me and talk about it. When you're in it, you're not thinking of the stories they'll tell. Just get yourself in the right position. You never know when a play will become legendary. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Jeter. That was Jeter. Of caution, Daniel Divers was.
Taken care of. We got wings, mac and cheese, green beans.
We even got steak and salad. And cookies. Yeah, nice cookies.
Cookies are good.
Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation from not wiping clean. What man didn't realize is that leather cleans better. See how wet Dude Wipes completely clears while dry TV smears? Fix the itch and switch to Wet Extra Large Dude Wipes. For best clean, hands down.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
1 minute, it's smooth dry.
Come on.
The next, a crack. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Nice. And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
SafeLight repair. Fuck. SafeLight replace.
Go to SafeLight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
Incoming dishes! Dawn Power Wash flies to 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
It absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Those subs got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
We got no hands-free sketchers to miss. Have fun, boys.
2 minutes later.
How's that even possible? Luckily, almost every pair of Skechers is machine washable. Toss them in and they'll come out looking like the day you bought them. Thanks, machine washable Skechers.
Folks, I've seen a thing or two. But these prescription prices, pricey. Higher than a rooster on stilts. Ain't that right, Dusty Pete?
Reckon it's time we rope them in.
Good old Rex makes saving time and money easier than splitting a biscuit.
Paper's looking mighty big for its britches there, partner.
Save time and money on prescriptions. Check GoodRx.
Missing your team's games on Sunday? Not an option. So whether you're a pick up an afternoon shift fan, or just a move to a new city fan, or at a Sunday afternoon wedding fan, Verizon's got you covered. Get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV on us. Every out-of-market game, every Sunday afternoon. That's up to $480 in value. Only on Verizon. See you Sunday.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California, brake pads, to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
And back at Bristol Motor Speedway where the yellow's out, we have 2 playoff cars electing to bring their cars down pit road for some adjustments. You see the chassis.
No. Bars final.
They're going to go loose, loose, loose. It's the feedback from Taylor Gray, so they had to tighten them up if they want to do anything for this last run here at Bristol.
Everybody had a set of tires. We talked about that, and we were talking during the break. You know, you don't give up track position to come here, right? But obviously, these drivers did. And, you know, Austin Hill, I like what they do here because they had no track position, right? I only 21 cars on the lead lap.
He was in 18th essentially and has been there all night. So just do something different. Try and make more adjustments on that race car. Put a newer set of tires on the cars in front of you. That made sense. For Justin Allgaier, this is a really big move and a big decision to have pitted there with 21 cars in the lead lap to give up all that track position. But they've done this sort of thing to us before and come out the right side. So Jim Pullman obviously felt confident in that decision, and we'll see how it plays out for him.
Allgaier was fifth. Taylor Gray was eighth. They give up that position to pit. Kim mentioned the fact the yellow is out, and the reason why. Fifth caution of the evening comes for Daniel Dye. They've had a spin. Here's what happened.
Take a look at it here. You hear about loose race cars? Well, here's one in action. Often you fight loose on entry here at Bristol because of the way you load up into the banking, the corners, the front tires getting grip before the rear. You want the car to be loose to help it turn to the center, but not that loose. That's a little bit too much. All these cars skirt behind Anthony Alfredo so close to him there, getting clipped by Daniel Dye. But when you stay out here and not hit anything, by the way, that's okay.
Kyle C got the free pass there, so Corey Day stays a lap down. Hey, tomorrow the game of the week is right here on the CW. Number 18 Florida against number 5 South Florida. Number 18 South Florida against number 5 Miami in a must-see showdown. Don't miss a second of the action starting with CW football Saturday countdown tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 Pacific. Only on the CW. South Florida quietly getting it done early in the campaign, but a big one tomorrow against a rival in the Miami Hurricanes. Here's some Justin Allgaier radio after the pit stop.
Hi, Justin. I know this doesn't feel right, but man, if this thing green's out, we're going to be the only one on tires. It could work out for us here. Just stay with me. Keep her clean. Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you look at their record at this place, it's hard to argue with anything they do.
I think it's an interesting decision. I think some of it might have been predicated by the fact that when the 88 Connor Zilish got to the lead there in that last run, he actually set the fastest lap of the race, 2 tenths faster than anyone else has gone in this race and bolted out to a pretty big lead in a short amount of time. So possibly it's a thought of, hey, we might not have the race car to beat our teammate there. Let's do something different. He was in 5th. Do they feel like he could probably get back to 5th in all what we have left, 83 laps? Absolutely. So it's sort of, if they get back, not much to lose and possibly look like heroes if they're faster than the front 4 cars, especially 88.
Zilich leading takes the outside lane. Mayer was second. He too gives up the front row to take the outside lane. So Alvarado on the front row here with Zilich. Going to be 82 laps to go as drivers make their way to the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone.
Struggle once again there overall on the bottom there. Trying to get side by side. It looked like he punches in clear, maybe down here to 3. Not quite as Brian Jones is looking to the middle. He gets into Sandberg and gets him loose off a 4.
Little pushing, little shoving, and little driving through for the 20 car. Sheldon Creed is there as well. Nick Sanchez, not great in qualifying, but he has driven his way up close to the top 5. Really good side by side here. Taylor and Creed.
Great run by Nick Sanchez there to get up here to the top 10. They struggled in stage 1, they struggled in qualifying, used some strategy, got in the top 10 in stage 2, and now here in the top 10 in stage 3 as well. Trying to hold on the outside and real loose on the 4.
Look at the bumper. Red Bull is 9. And Harrison Burton back to the top 10. The 25 just continues to get it done.
He's really been committed to the outside lane there as he goes around Brennan Poole. Thought about maybe go on the inside there was Holmes Williams to the bottom. He sticks to the outside. That 25 car has really been making great pace on top, even early in the run when it doesn't seem like the top is the place to be.
Can't say enough about Danny Atman, Harrison Burton, and the way this 25 group has managed races. You touched on it earlier, but they just always seem to find points. And it's that race execution that put them above the cut line at the end of the regular season and trying to take advantage in race 1. Look at Eckes in the 16, able to get around Sanchez for 6th.
We take a look back at Justin Allgaier here as he tries to work back through the field. Up a couple positions already.
Waffle there with him, had to make that extra pit stop on that last cycle when they had loose wheel and had to come down and tighten it. Trying to make comebacks and keep him on every position a point. So as you start thinking about that cut line and how tight it is, not a big deal for Allgaier. He's plus 40 and we feel like he's in a great position. But for someone like Waffle, you have got to get all you can. His advantage as they run only 3 points above the cut.
I just can't help but look at all these cars from the different lanes, spreading out in the corners. Waffle gets real close to the back bumper here. Jesse Love. They get together on the straightaway.
Dean Thompson here mixing it up.
Another great run for Dean Thompson and Sam Hunt Racing.
Taylor Gray, just in the back part of your picture, made a pit stop when the caution came out. He got a 214 with Allgaier. He's trying to make the most of those fresh tires.
Jones crew chief there, Jim Coleman, explained this is going to feel wrong. It's not, not going to feel correct to give up all the transition, but you're going to have newer tires, and that's going to come towards your way. We get later in this run right now. It's going to be the hardest time to make up positions. All the cars are close together. They're grouped up on the top lane, but as you run later and later, their tires are going to be older than yours, and hopefully that's where it starts to pay off to be able to make up more positions easier.
And if you're a coach in this situation, you got to be part strategist and part cheerleader. And Jim Coleman is great at that. And the fact that these two, they're in the championship together.
Interesting with a weird P3 horn. You know, Norfolk Southern locomotives are no stranger to those type of things.
He absolutely trusts it. He gives a lot of credit to their success in his championship to Jim Coleman and how he thinks about racing, how hard he works. He told us this week, he said, I've never seen anyone work so hard at trying to go racing and be fast week in and week out. He obviously has a ton of faith in Jim Coleman.
And they know if they're going to repeat as champions, they're not going to win here tonight. I mean, you just have to find a way to advance. I love watching them work and how they put it all together. Look at this. Eric Almirola, they talk about long run speed. In the springtime, Zilich fell off big time late in the race from 6th. Didn't even finish in the top 10. Tonight he leads, but his rear view mirror, Almirola, one of the great veterans who's going for his 2nd win of the season.
It's the first time we're really seeing the leaders be all the top here. We got so much rubber laid down on this track. Overall, that makes this car incredibly tough. You get a little bit of aero disturbance when you get close to the track, especially down in 1 and 2. It's easy to jump the cushion essentially and get into the wall. The way this racetrack is designed, and when they ground it, it's made it a really interesting lineup there where you have to just be so perfect where you place the right side of that race car. 1 inch too far to the right, and you might find yourself right the wall.
All got our racing love for 12 gets the position. You look at the top 2, and right behind them, Brandon Jones in the 20 million.
And they qualified 22nd, which was a huge disappointment for Ian Crew Chief McCauley. They felt like they had tried to escape goal and win this race. We're going to have to do some work on it to try to get it better in traffic. They chipped away at it. But the biggest thing that they had going for them with their victory tonight gave them 6 spots at the end of stage 2. And now they've got them in track position to be able to contend for a win. By the way, we told you at the start of the show about collecting their decks, about Brandon was going to be more aggressive in the playoffs. I think you saw that there when he was racing stage 8. It's time to go. You got to take more than you do in the playoffs. And Detroit knows that. And they've got to try to win this race.
Great speed tonight, and the next playoff race is 2 weeks' time at CW, Kansas, where Brandon Jones has been to victory lane. Connor Zilich leading 59 to go.
Closed captioning for today's race is brought to you by Borrow, the bank that puts money in your pocket.
I bank with a big bank.
And I bank with Borrow and have a free bank account.
Free?
Yep. At Borrow, there are no bank account fees at all. Get started today at borrowmoney.com.
We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all Wizards
Cameron,
and their families.
what time does the race start tomorrow?
4:30. Why?
Just asking.
Learn more at USA.org today.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sometimes things fall right
You gonna go anywhere right now afterwards?
They just fall.
After this race? No.
But if we
Why?
now and pay later,
No, I think I'll go to Dollar Tree now.
awesome. And
I'm
they
gonna
like
go to
company for free
Costco myself since you don't want to go
anywhere
now.
and do everything you need to get back on the road. All set. Here you go.
Thank you.
Well, no one's got anything for Connor Zilich. She's just going to run away with another win. This will be his 5th win in a row.
Smooth Duster fed 4 times more dust, more clean, even Mama Cruiser. Now with dust busting strips, it removes even built up dust. Swiffer Duster Heavy Duty, mother and money back.
What is a smile? Is it a simple shape our mouths make when we're happy? Or is it something even more important than that? At Operation Smile, it's breathing, eating, and living with less pain. It's a symbol of hope. And because of you, We can bring that home to so many who need it.
It's kind of strange how they come work on the building, on their house, like later on in the evening.
Hi, I'm you with more gusto. My hair's growing back. Keep sticking to your flow. It's just me. Correction. Team 7. We're growing my team. Get payroll that goes with you. It's beautiful.
There are many ways to say I love you. My favorite. Here's your Kohl's Cash.
20 years is a lot of love. All month, enter for a chance to win Kohl's Cash and shop the customer appreciation event now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Pick up. So pick up the phone. Open up, man.
Connection saves lives. Reach out and check in on a loved one today.
There's a method to all this motorsports madness. A reason to do all this shifting. Launching and battling over a bottle of champagne. Harness this, put it in that, so you like this. Now you're speed.
Inside of 15 laps to go. Bristol Motor Speedway, NASCAR Xfinity Series, playoff opener. Connor Zillage leading Eric Almirola and Brandon Jones. Things get really dicey as they manage.
See, they can't pass them if there's like
Racing duos trying to run down, put some pressure here on Connor Zillage. He got real close a couple laps ago off of turn 4 through some traffic.
44 to go.
Come on, they can do it. They can do it.
Yeah, it's just very hard to pass her up here. Well, we better think fast because the laps are going to run out sooner than.
First to do it, St. Martin, 1983. He never got 6 in a row because he was 4 in a row. He was second in the next race, and then won the race after that. And the last time that happened, 2022, of Junior Motorsports, Noah Gragson was able to pull it off. No driver has ever won in the history of the Xfinity Series. Connor Zillage is 40 laps away from doing it. If he pulls it off tonight, he's going to earn this Bristol because Almirola is there. And he is doing everything he can to rattle this 19-year-old. He will definitely earn it here. It's just going to be a process is what these drivers are doing. Running up against the wall. Sometimes each race difference where he sets that race car. Has to be too high, and you end up in the wall, or too low, and you can maximize the speed in the corner when you're running up high like this. And if you look at Eric Almirola, when he gets close to me, he'll sort of peak a little bit lower on the entry, just trying to put a little bit of air on that nose of that race car. It gets a little hotter, so caution's out.
Oh, caution! Carson Ware.
Carson Ware, the 07. He's outside the top 30. Look at our bumper and all the blue there. 8 of the top 10 playoff drivers. You tighten the field. All Geyer has been able to drive back to 10th. Is there still some good in those tires? And will a restart here open the door for him? And could we get some pit stops from some of these guys inside of 40 to go? It's just that balance of track position and tires. 21 cars on the lead lap. Possibly what they were looking for in the 7 to have this chance to use those tires. If these others decide to pit as we see the 88 crew potentially getting ready. Look at the driver's fitness.
Actually, AJ's first pole was all the way back in 2012. Where he's driving for Penske back then.
You don't want to make mistakes ultimately, but if you make them, you got to be able to forget and recover in the
Well, people working on the house over here. Maybe they have other jobs, and so this is all kind of get to do work.
Also, Corey Haim is doing the Cup race tomorrow for 2311. He's driving the 67 car.
Looks like Carson was already pretty sideways there, possibly a little bit of a bump for Sam Mayer. That's often when we see some of these incidents at Bristol. Is lead lap cars trying to make their way through lap cars. It gets very congested. Almost 90 laps. It's 2 drivers are doing on pit road. They're running up front. Everybody's got to set tires for the top 10. With the exception of Justin Allgaier, who made that pit stop at lap 2:14. Down and gets hey! Here they are. Brandon Jones is in going.
Yeah, so they felt like they were a little bit too free out of the rubber. Brandon's basically having to run as high as he can on the racetrack. Just to try to keep the back of the car in the racetrack. So it's taking more tires here and fuel as well for Brandon Jones. And Harrison Burton in as well on the right of the screen. He's just been battling a little bit of a tight condition in the 25. Yeah.
And for the 00, just free in, tight center, free off has been the complaint for Sheldon Creed. They will take 4 freshman year tires and sponsor Sunoco fuel. You see the 88 there on the right of your screen. Marty Wilson said, come down pit road. Connor said he lacked a little bit of flour, but otherwise it tire off. So it's just minor adjustment there.
Silverstone will race off pit road. 8 cars stay out. Various levels of tire wear, and some more aggressive in their move to stay out than others. That for sure he's coming.
Mayer's staying out.
And Mayer does that with his teammate Sheldon Creed tucked up right behind him. 00 continues down and gets his service. Gonna get a restart right around 30 to go. This is gonna be wild.
Yeah, it's love this move to do something different, right? If you follow the leader, you'll follow the leader potentially. But for these drivers that are running behind the 88, making that decision to just stay out and see if this will work out for them to have the track position, I like the call.
You know, we played college football here at Bristol before, Virginia Tech, Tennessee. Big one tomorrow on CW, Miami and South Florida.
Well, it's pretty quiet here right now, but tomorrow night, jam-packed inside Hard Rock Stadium, South Florida. The darlings of college football to start this season, coming in to take on the Hurricanes. Can they do it again?
Yeah, they're feeling pretty good coming in here with 2 huge wins. They have a dynamic, fast-paced offense that's been giving teams problems, but they're facing a Miami team where defense is their thing. You got Ruben Bain, who's such a game referee, he's going to cause problems all day long, but it should be exciting. The Sunshine State tomorrow.
Cannot wait. Join us at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. CW Football Saturday Countdown. Can't wait.
It's going to be awesome. Tune in tomorrow on the CW. Another fun CW Sports Saturday. And now we get our race break brought to you by Safe Life, the automotive experts. And we go back to the early portion of this race. Andy Smith, engine problems, has to take it to the garage. He's going to report a 32nd place finish.
Of course, you can see the smoke there coming out of the engine. It was trouble for them. This is the second engine that you learned to see expire in the last 2 weeks. With the one Carson Paul last week, Sandy Smith this week.
Amen. 4 points above the cut line. Finds himself 23 below. As we think ahead to race 2 of the opening round of the playoffs. It'll come your way at Kansas 2 weeks from tomorrow. Off next week is the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It'll come your way from Kansas. Virginia drivers stay out. Eric Almirola, the control vehicle, goes high. Sam Mayer goes with him. Front row, Carson Waddle on the restart. And Allgaier back in the top 5 here for the restart.
It has worked out for them to have the best tires of those cars in front of them. You do have the looming new tires back there on row 4 of Connor Zillich. Sam Mayer choosing to go to the top once again in row too and not take the inside on the front row. See him do that. How patient can you be here if you're Connorsville? Restart 30 to go. Much pressure tires restarting on the inside lane. It's got to be a delicate balance for him. It is, but you got to go. You know, you saw there just Hoggar. He wasn't getting your tires back in 16th. He wasn't making serious headway quickly until Jimmy later the run. So you have to be aggressive trying to get this off early. Carson Quapple's dad, Travis, won here in the truck in 2003. Went on to win the championship. He's on the front row with Almirola.
All right, here we go. Eric Almirola and Carson Quapple. Here we go. Up, Jeff Burton. Oh, whoa.
He was 16, and look at someone shoving his way through those pressure tires, and here comes Creed. He said, "You're not aggressive enough, we'll see what you can do." But he too's got the fresh tires. Here is the first.
Oh, here we go. Taylor Gray around. Caution's out.
Trying to avoid the 54 Taylor Gray sliding up the racetrack. Give the report, it was a flat tire for the two of Jesse Love. And what a break for that. Yeah, that caution coming out before he got to pit road. This feels like a broken record every time you come to Bristol. You can have a calm night. You just get one caution. And then it's mayhem, the chaos that is Bristol Motor Speedway. I see it every time we come here. And that's what precipitated all this, was just the chaos of cars on different tires, different agendas, trying to simply get space on the racetrack. Hitting into each other to get more aggressive on these late race restarts. Here we go, green again. We'll have 22 cars on the lead lap, free pass. Goes to Corey Day. Updated standings 25 ago as they run. Sillinger plus 85. 7th on track. Allgaier plus 57. Mayer on a great night. Around the cut line. And we talk about every position on track as a point. Bertha plus 9. 3 plus 6. Gray plus 6. And look at Jesse Love with 16 has the tire issue. He's falling below the cut line. He's right there with his teammate. You know, Austin Hill plays strategy. Bertha's good right now as they have all night long to that 21 game. Let's take a look at
This Mountain Dew drink doesn't taste that bad. This Mountain Dew drink doesn't taste that bad.
And you see Jeff Burton get the 0-0. Taylor Gray bounces off of Jeff, gets sideways. There's the 42 and Anthony Alfredo hard on the outside wall trying to avoid Taylor Gray.
Let's refreshment.
This is 3 or 4 cars all trying to be in space. You know who really impressed me? Michelle Green, the driver that we were going to focus on the tires was going to be Silver. Man, Creed was really aggressive on that restart going through traffic. And we saw Carson Quapple do the same thing to Sam Bear at the beginning of the restart off of 4, sort of trying to clear us out. The same thing with Sheldon Creed here, he just trying to move up. He wasn't clear. Jennifer was there. Jet bounces off the wall and then bounces into the 54 Taylor Gray. Jeff Burton has the momentum off the top side. He reacts quick enough. Dean Sheldon crunches into the wall, and that causes him to bounce. For Jeff to bounce into the 54. Jesse Love.
still under three. This is the tire going down. This is Carson Buckle did the exact same thing. And Sean Street did the jumper. Got away with it a little bit cleaner. How about Carson Buckle? Hasn't won a race. The second here in the springtime. I rewind to last year. He makes his debut in the series at Martinsville, finishes top 5. Goes to Bristol, finishes second. You're like, this guy is magic. But a lot of bumps in the road this year in position on his first career win. And now Harrison Burton, as we anticipate the shoes before this restart.
Yeah, he almost went 4 wide.
18 laps to go when we hit the green flag. So much on the line for all those drivers up front.
Mana.
I would be willing to put some money on the line. We can see the yellow flag before it's over.
Damn, look at Jeb Burton cracking the top 5. Damn, look at Jeb Burton up in the top. Oh, there he goes. Creeds, look. Oh. Yeah, well, wow, look at this. Sheldon Creed's going to outrun him. Finally. The only All right, 12 laps to go in the Xfinity Series race at Bristol. Eric Almirola and Sam Mayer are battling for the win. And then you have the guys on new tires like Creed and Zillish coming up. Well, they're 4th and 5th right now. Creed's up to 3rd now.
But he's not just a driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. He's someone that works with their younger drivers. Been a tremendous asset for the coach. And look at Sheldon Creed reeling in fresher tires for the 00.
Traffic.
Trying to get away from just Sheldon's been the fastest car on the racetrack the last couple of laps, almost 2 tenths faster than the leaders that last time by. But running out of time, he's got to make quick work of his teammate if he wants to take a shot at him. 3 laps to go. Creed never been the victory lane in Xfinity cars.
Coming 2 to go.
He can just shoot to the bottom, try and get side by side with his teammate.
Damn. All right, white flag, 1 lap to go. Damn, Creed's up to 2nd now. Nope, he's driving in deep. He's driving in deep. Not enough. And Almirola holds on the win at Bristol. And for like the 13th or 14th time, Sheldon Creed is going to finish 2nd once again. Well, at least he's in a good spot in case the 19 fails inspection, if you think about it. Well, Zillish's win streak comes to an end. First time since Iowa we've had a different winner. Can't wait for Kansas. We've gotten first-time winners there before. Hey, Jeremy Clements got top 10. Same with Brendan Poole. And Harrison Burton's 7th. Not bad.
His 9th career win, 2nd time he's done it this year. Got it done in dramatic fashion in Phoenix early in
Oh yeah, Phoenix and Bristol.
Mayer's 3rd, Wapple was 4th, Connor Zillish 5th. That's his 15th consecutive top 5 finish. And that matches Sam Ard for the most all-time in series history. mentioned Almirola not running full-time, but at 19 eligible for the Owners' Championship. So this win's significant for them in that regard.
Some of those drivers that stayed out kind of killed Zillish's chance of winning. Well, never thought I'd see an Almirola win at Bristol. Been a minute since the kids won anything. Wow. Nope. Again, Creed's in a good spot in case Almirola fails inspection. No Almirola hate though.
But he ends up 6th. Pretty good start to a run and a repeat for Justin Allgaier. And here come the kids. Alex, the first there to greet him. Didn't see Alex before the race. On the pit lane, I thought maybe he was off to his base spot somewhere this weekend.
That's cool. And I know with all that Eric has accomplished this sport, still winning at Bristol night race, it's just such a cool feeling.
Well, when you're 41 and you've been around the block as many times as he has, you know to appreciate every moment. We've seen it the last couple of years when he's pulled into victory lane, and I'm sure we'll see it again tonight. Here's Dylan Welch.
Trying to wade my way through all these people down here. Trucci Seth Shopka is here to congratulate his guys.
Well, this was a solid racing. The battles weren't bad. I just wish it was a lot easier to pass. It seems like it looks kind of like, looks like the drivers tried different strategies. Some drivers staying out. It looks like tire wear did matter in some way or another. We saw some drivers stay out and fall back a bit or get mired back in traffic. But on that last restart, it looks like, it didn't pay off with the win, but at least Creed and Zillish were able to gain a few spots. I think if they had at least one more caution, that would have changed everything.
We watched, Steph and I watched, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 races here.
The old tires did work on that restart. The race finished in just 2 hours and 7 seconds.
In all seriousness, this has been a heavy week, and I just thought a lot about this week, and I have an incredible opportunity here to represent Young Life and so many kids that give their life to Jesus Christ because of Young Life. This race car's got JD Gibbs' name on it, and JD played such a pivotal part in my life, not just my career, but my life. And we've shared a lot of stories about JD over the years, and this is just so cool to get this car to victory lane with his name on it. It's pretty awesome. I can't wait to celebrate with my team and my guys and my family. I just want to make sure that all the praise and glory goes to God.
Well said. We'll let you go celebrate. Eric Almirola wins at Bristol.
We know he's great behind the wheel, but Dylan referenced that gutsy move to stay off the track, not in. Around 40 laps to go. The track position paid off. And when we talk about doing your homework and preparation, that's what leads to it. Eric Almirola saved his best for last, leading 34 laps. And he's celebrating a Friday night win in Bristol, Tennessee.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you still have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for the treatment of schizophrenia. Cobenfy is not an antipsychotic, it's a different kind of treatment. Cobenfy showed overall improvement across a range of schizophrenia symptoms. And in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take an allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain liver problems or untreated neuroendocrine Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bowel, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach acting, serious allergic reactions, narrow glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
And I will could be Cobenfy. Sorry?
Today, you're meeting for coffee. Take it over. And then before you know it, hey, you're meeting your family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards with the little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank, for what's ahead.
There's no crime of passion with a premeditated murder.
Sometimes it didn't do for me.
Law and Order Toronto Criminal Intent. Series premiere September 24th.
Looking to get stronger? This is your year. Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
We're going to do this tomorrow.
We're just going to keep showing up and keep showing up.
Showing up.
Archery and
Save
Costco.
$28 or more on for just $1 down. $15 off.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're all strong on this planet.
Well, Sheldon Creed's gonna have to do whatever it takes to win that first race. Some people already accepted that he's never gonna win again. Yeah. Also, like I said, the aero package, they can't. It's like they can't make a pass. And also, if this race was a little bit longer, the 00 would have caught him. Anyways, overall, it was a decent race. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. Could have been better. At least it wasn't a caution fest. People are quick to assume that you get a caution inside 30 to go. You assume it's going to be a caution fest. We only got one caution after that, and then it went green the rest of the way. So it didn't come close. It could have been worse. It could have been Martinsville earlier this year. I seriously hope the next when we go back to Martinsville in the fall, I hope we go to Martinsville next month. Well, I can say I hope that race better be a lot better than the spring as far as the Xfinity Series is concerned. Anyways, well, we went to this race wondering if it was either going to be Allgaier or Connor Zilisch. Zilisch had a shot to go 5 in a row, but with that one late caution, he chose to pit, and it kind of dashed his hopes of getting 5 in a row because some other cars stayed out. But so yeah. Well, didn't think Eric Almirola was going to have a shot to win, but staying out on the old tire strategy works. Yeah, he would have to be a lot closer to make a pass like that. Hey,
Yeah, and Sheldon Creed with his 15th career runner-up finish. Looked like you had something there for Eric Almirola.
I think if Sheldon Creed was a little bit closer, if he had passed Sam Mayer a lap sooner or a lap or two sooner, I think he would have caught him. And he would, if he needed to put Eric Almirola on the wall, then so be it. Then that's how it's going to be. If the haters are going to be pissed about a result like that, then whatever. Don't give a shit. I'll read the results, but honestly, don't care what the haters say. Well, at least they got momentum going into Kansas next week. So, I mean, not next week, the week after next week, because they're not racing at New Hampshire. Let's see. Harrison Burton had a good run. I hope he can prove in this first round that Harrison Burton will not be a first round exit. And yep, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Well, he's gonna get one eventually.
Come on, dude.
Brendan Queen top 20 in his first Xfinity race. Okay, not bad. Matt the Benedetto 24. Jeffrey Earnhardt. And here's all the drivers that had issues. Man, unfortunate for Stephen Parsons. I kind of like that paint scheme. It was the 35 with the Alpha Prime font. So with that said, I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Cup race. The Bass Pro Shop night race should be fun. This race is going to be 200 laps longer. So yeah, that was a real decent race tonight. So with that said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I hope y'all have a good rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, or night, or wherever you're watching this from. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Cup race. That should be fun. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Bye, everyone. Peace out, y'all.